Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, training starts today. Hang on a sec. Training starts today. Today's the day I've been waiting for. Up and at 'em!
Hi there, I'm John Tickles, and welcome to the 1-year anniversary of Remote RPGs. Yes, thanks to the fact that any dumbass can post videos on this website, I have survived 1 year. And how am I gonna repay you role-playing game fans? Let's talk about sports! Specifically, let's talk about the sequel to the European and Japanese-only DS title, Inazuma 11-2. Yep, in March of 2012, Level 5 released a European version of Inazuma 11-2 3 years after the Japanese release. The game is only playable to North Americans through its release in Europe because Nintendo and Level 5 really butchered the North American release. I'm not quite sure why, because localization of the series was hinted at by Level 5 CEO, and they trademarked the Inazuma 11 name here, but as of yet, nothing. In a way much similar to Terranigma, the game is still fully translated into English, and it comes in either Firestorm or Blizzard version, with the main difference being basically nothing, just different players to recruit and a special team to fight. The game follows the continuing adventures of the Raymond Junior High Football Club, just a week after winning the Japanese football frontier. I can only assume that these kids spent the week getting piss drunk, because 1 week later, they're all back at level 1. You may want to have something to punch nearby, cause from here on out, the story gets pretty damn stupid. Apparently, the world has been invaded by aliens, who want to take over the world by proving their domination by playing us at football. Wait, football? Someone quick, get our only hope for saving the planet, Greg Jennings.
Dawg, he put the team on his back. Dawg, let's go inside the mind of a Greg Jennings. Dawg, I gotta do this shit. I put the team on my fucking back, though. My leg broke. I don't know how the fuck I'm running right now, though. I'll do this shit for Madden.
Okay, no, wait, the story gets better. We soon find out that these aliens are going around destroying junior high schools in ravaging cities as no military group bothers to help. Furthermore, your team alone decides that it's going to take on these aliens from the cleverly named Alias Academy. Yes, the fate of the world rests in the hands of junior high school students, not even through puberty yet. I'm sorry, but we do have professional soccer teams, right? You know, with amazing players that don't have to ask their parents for the cars on Friday nights. Just a thought. In retaliation against these aliens, Mark leads his team across Japan looking for the best junior high players to form the greatest team so they can fight aliens at soccer. Yes, so like the first game, the story is ridiculous and so cheesy that it becomes amazingly awesome. If you give the game a little time, it'll suck you into its rhythm, and you just have to go along for its insanity. Of course you can't take the story seriously most of the times, but it truly does have some touching moments and a really good energy that puts you in a good mood. That and the game can really get you pumped up and excited. It's just like a mood booster with a Gurren Lagann type ride. An issue I have with the story, aside from the fact that there's more holes in the plot than the first Star Wars movie, is how complicated the story tries to be. There's always some secret every character has, 50 subplots, someone in disguise here, blah 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 blah. This is a game where you kick a ball into a net. That's the only plot points we need to cover here. Also, if you didn't play the first game, there's no mercy here. Unlike the Battle Network series, where things are explained each time so you can just jump in anywhere, Inazuma 11 automatically assumes that you've played the first, so be aware of that. My final issue with the story was the final chapter, with a twist that was nothing short of ridiculous and a slap to the face of the franchise. Of course, I never spoil anything if I can help it, so I'll just stop there, but just know that the game should have stopped at Chapter 9. I would run down the characters, but there are over 1,500 playable characters in the game. Yes, for a game that clocks in at under 20 hours, Inazuma 11-2 may suffer from too many characteritis. However, the game does an admirable job in sharing the screen time, and make sure that each character is distinct and interesting. Although I never wanted to use characters other than the ones outside my main story team, it was still a great effort to put in all these characters and to have the option to pick from all of them, meaning that you'll never play the game the same way twice. The game also pushes you towards recruiting characters, but I like how it's optional. So I've already gone over the main characters in my Inazuma 11 review, which you should totally watch. Mark is still horribly addicted to soccer like crack cocaine. Jack is still the comic relief character because he's fat, etc, etc. The new major characters include the star striker, Sean Frost, whose father died in a car accident. Wait, Frost? Dead father who dies in a car accident? Ah! In all seriousness, Sean has a pretty good split personality story, making him one of my favorite characters, and his subplot probably even better than the main story. The other major character is the new coach of the football club, Lena. Okay, I'm gonna put it out here right now why she sucks. I'm gonna show you a video of the coach's introduction, and the only context the game gives you is that the team is introduced to their new coach, ready to set out on their journey. Now watch this.
Who's she? Any ideas? First me.
Who are you?
I'll be taking over as coach of your team from today. I'm Lena Schiller. Father? Wow! She's amazing!
See what's wrong here? I couldn't stop laughing. Can somebody please tell me why these kids are so goddamn impressed by a middle-aged woman? My favorite part is when she flicks her hair and Celia yells.
She's amazing!
Is this just the most easily impressed group of children to ever walk the earth? And there we go. Guys, I just saved the Prime Minister from terrorists! Another thing that pissed me off about her was how she used backward-ass strategies and everybody pretends that she's a genius. For example, in one match, the coach makes all the defense play forward and vice versa. She says that this is done so she can avoid injuries. Yep, job well done. Later, the team is looking for the enemy base inside of a gigantic theme park, and the coach suggests that they split up so the enemy will have a better chance of not recognizing them. Yes, having 20 kids in that bright soccer uniform running around individually increases the chances of them being caught like, what, 2,000%? Do you even know what you're doing when it comes to soccer?
Yeah, they scored a goal unit basket!
See, women don't know anything about sports. The writing in the game was strong, like the first. Although it is simple and the dialogue was absolutely hilarious a lot of the time, I won't lie and say that the game didn't abuse some jokes here and there. There was also a lot of continuity errors, like right here, where Mark can't move rubble, but later on, he turns into a high school Hulk. I love this game. Again, much like the Battle Network series, the game is really cheesy, but effective in its simplicity at the same time. What I thought this game did really well was the pacing. Inazuma 11-2 takes about 17 to 18 hours if you just truck along the main story, but this is an RPG without any of the fat, except for Jack. You rarely have to grind, the story is always moving, and there's always a new place to be. Couple that with an incredible amount of post-game content, and the ability to battle your friends wirelessly with your own team, and you have an enjoyable experience that will last you a pretty good chunk of time. Like the Battle Network series, the gameplay barely changes from its previous titles, except for a few additional changes. However, this really wasn't a bad thing. You have typical RPG gameplay with exploring, collecting items and equipment, random battles, etc. You still play soccer in an overhead view, and use the same basic system you had from the last game. They added new things like the ability to take far shots, block shots, and you can have characters with alter egos, giving them different stats. Those are pretty much the only significant changes, but I do like how they fixed the small things, and left the fun and interesting system alone. For example, a tie is a tie in this game, but in the first game, when you tied, you lost. What the hell is that all about?
You ain't first, you're last.
However, they still didn't fix some of the problems from the previous game, like how the camera still felt too close, the crappy AI sometimes, the underused equipment system, and a few other things. But really, the soccer gameplay in this game was still just as fun as before, with all new moves and other additions just to add to the fun. My favorite move? The Emperor Penguin attack. Yes, what's the most deadly weapon in soccer? Penguins!
The shape, the smell, the taste of penguins. Penguins! Penguins!
Are you finished?
Penguins!
It also helps that this game is much bigger than the first, with tons more areas to explore, new and old teams to face, and more customization than ever. You run across Japan, recruiting the best of the best, but I have to say how wrong that is, as the solution isn't for your pre-existing group to get stronger, but to find new, better players. So no Steve! That also kinda goes against the themes of the series, but then again, who the hell wants to play as Squirrel Boy over there? The graphics in the game were literally just like the first for the most part, with bobblehead sprites, really cool battle animations, and the works. They also included many more animated cutscenes, which definitely brought the characters to life, and made things more interesting. The locations you visit were a lot more memorable than the first, so the graphics didn't really push anything for a sequel, but if it isn't broken, don't fix it. The music in the game was amazing. I'm just disappointed I couldn't find more of it on the internet. The game was once again scored by my personal hero, Yatsunori Mitsuda, who shows up in a lot of my stuff. I think it's because the music in his games are so good that I just have to play that game. Seriously, the battle themes were light and catchy, the town themes captured the specific mood to a T, and pretty much every track was strong. That guitar piece they played on the versus screen, I'm pretty sure it could cure impotence. Is it me? I know it's me! I'm so ashamed! No, honey, it's not your fault. It's not you, it's me. Just give me a second, please. Oh yeah! The voice acting in the game was hit and miss. It wasn't that the voice actors weren't good, it's just incredibly obvious when they had one voice actor doing 3 different voices. That sucks, right? I know, man! It's so annoying. It's so not professional. So in conclusion, Inazuma 11-2 was a fantastic game. Sure, it was too much like its predecessor and the story was rock stupid, But while this game may not have its head in the right place, it certainly has its heart in the right place, which is much more than I could say for a lot of RPGs. Older gamers can appreciate the cheesiness and raw emotions that this game works off of, while younger gamers can especially be pleased about a game with this type of mood. As a sequel, it ups the ante from the original and proves to be a blast, for me at least, the whole way through. Like the first, I especially recommend this game to people who like Super Mario Strikers and other cartoony sports games, and also to anybody who enjoyed the first game, obviously. If you can find any way to play it, I suggest you do, as this is one series that deserves more of a fan base. Well, that's all I have to say, so until next time, I look forward to our next random encounter.
Oh yeah!
Let's get together, best friends forever. Let's go! We train hard to build our team, doing our best to chase our dreams. Every day we rely on each other. Our friendship is all that we need. We've had some fights along the way, but we make up, and it's okay. Getting through all the tough times together, that's what really makes us a team. When we play side by side, we're unbeatable. 100 teams couldn't beat us when we're on the board. We're not afraid of what the future holds. We'll take on any challenge that may unfold. Stand up and fight for